according to 3 congressional aides, the United States is going to send more than $1 billion of weapons and ammunition to Israel. This includes about $700 million in tank ammunition, about $500 million in tactical vehicles, as well as $60 million in mortar rounds. It's unclear when this is going to go ahead, though. Now, this is the first round of weapons that is coming from the U.S. to Israel since the United States put a hold on about 3,500 bombs that it was going to deliver to Israel. The United States said that it was not going to send them because of concerns about civilian casualties and the impact on civilians, particularly as Israel goes into the southern city of Rafah. The United States has made it very clear that it does not support an offensive into Rafah. And while Israel has said it stopped short of saying that it's launched this full-on offensive, it has gone into Rafah, displacing about 450,000 people, and it has said that with or without this ammunition and these weapons, it is going to go it alone. There is multiple fighting right now in fronts in Gaza, in the south, as well as in the north. I was in the southern city of Sderot on Tuesday, and you could just hear the continuous outgoing of missiles from Israel into Gaza, and people there just said they just don't see any signs of it abating.
Meanwhile, Sam, the Israeli military releasing footage it claims shows Hamas militants operating inside a United Nations compound in Rafah.
That's right. Israel released footage on Tuesday of what it said was Hamas fighters around United Nations vehicles as well as a United Nations compound. They said that this compound belonged to UNRWA, the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees. It also said that the footage showed fighting inside the compound in eastern Rafah. Now, it has given the footage and the evidence, it said, to UNRWA, and it has told them to investigate it. But Israel has had long-standing grievances with UNRWA. It accuses them of perpetuating the Palestinian refugee crisis. It also accuses them of being complicit with Hamas. And this comes as tensions are rising between the two. On Monday, Israeli protesters set fire to an UNRWA compound in East Jerusalem. This was the second time that this happened in just over a week. And not only is UNRWA and Israel having increased tensions, but the aid community in general is pushing back on Israel right now, saying that there's not enough assistance being allowed into Gaza, specifically as this offensive happens in Rafah. They blame Israel for the near total humanitarian collapse right now in Gaza and say that they're not doing enough to protect its aid workers. On Monday, a United Nations peacekeeper from India was killed when his compound was attacked. The UN says that his compound was clearly marked, saying that they're from the UN and that they told their movements ahead of time to Israel. Israel says it is investigating the situation.
Sam, thank you very much. Associated Press correspondent Sam Mednick in Jerusalem.